What is up, you guys? It is your boy, Renton Biggers here, and welcome to another video. And once again, you may hear some noise in the background. It's because of my fans and stuff, so just a little bit of an insight with that. And um, again, before we get into today's video, talking about Chapter 5, Season 3, um, so a little insight. There is a game coming out very soon that I will be making a series on, which is the game that I've never finished, which you'll figure out what that game is very soon. You guys won't know what it is. I don't think I have played it on the channel. If I have, it probably was like one video or something, or live stream. So you guys will not know what this game is. You seriously won't. You guys won't, and I'd be very surprised if somebody in the comments just randomly knew that this was the actual game. But do I think you guys will know? Absolutely not. But before we get to today's video, like and subscribe. You know, we're getting on the road to 600 subscribers. Hopefully we can get it by the end of July at least. Like, all I'm asking for is like before July 20th. With a very low bar to ask. With a very, very low bar. And obviously we're trying to get 1,000 by the end of the year, which we're probably not going to get, but you never know. I mean, again, we still have basically a half a year left to still go, so anything can change at that point. But anyway, enough said. Let's get into the video. And starting off with Chapter 5, Season 3, this is the best... Wait, no, Chapter 6, Season 3. Why did I say Chapter 5, Season 3? Anyway, Chapter 6, Season 3 has easily been the best season in Chapter 6. And you want to know why I say that? It's because this is the most played season I've had. So let's just look at my statistics. Let's just look at the statistics, right? Stat options. 0 builds. Rank off, obviously. Let's go to let's go to the Galactic Battle season. Obviously, these aren't fully accurate, but you want to know how many matches I played that season? According to Fortnite, 13 matches. 13 matches. Think about that for a minute. 13 matches. For what? For what? Was it like a month season or something? That was how much I played that season. Then we'll go to Chapter 6, Season 2. I played 9 matches during that season. With 0... Okay, I don't think that's accurate. I definitely remember getting a win during that season. So let's say I got probably like 11 matches in. That is still not more than the last season. Ouch. And you want to know the only reason why I even played that season was because of the AI. That was it. And then we go to Chapter 6, Season 1, where I, played 13 matches. Now, again, I don't think this is 100% accurate, but according to this, the most matches I played during Chapter 6 is 13 matches. Which, obviously, again, I don't think it's totally accurate, but that... And, you know, let's just look at an example. Let's look at one of my most played seasons, I feel like, since this new ranking system existed, which is going to absolutely be Fortnite OG. Fortnite OG, I played a whopping 88 matches. If you combined all the matches, or all the seasons so far, 13 plus 13 plus 11, what's that? Like 37? That is not even halfway to how many matches I played during the first OG Fortnite season. Pretty nuts, am I right? Exactly. And did I forget to mention, these are like all the modes? Well, I wish there was all the modes, because for some reason there isn't. Fuck for that. whatever. And then let's look at the current season. The current season, I have played a whopping 28 matches with 12 wins, 15 top 10 appearances, which actually, funny enough, that means like 12 of 15. That's what, 75% a win over being in the top 5. That's interesting, actually. I never thought of that. And 17 top 25 wins. And I average with 6 eliminations, which, funny enough, I have a total elimination of 169. That's very interesting. So, off of this, and saying this is 100% true, this is my most played season, and it will probably be combined of all the seasons that I've currently played. And this is not including just zero builds. This is just zero builds alone. Let's look at the limited time mode. Like, for example, we're what? Blitz right now? Oh, that's weird. There's no statistics. Let's look at Fortnite OG Zero build, because I know I definitely played a couple of that. We had 5 matches. So now let's look at... Oh, this is only for Season 3. Let's look at... There's no current? That's interesting. But the point is, I have played way more of this season than I did last season. Now you're like, why are you telling me this? Why are you telling me you're playing this much? Because this season's way better. I play seasons that I personally enjoy a lot. Like Chapter 6 Season 1, although I did kind of enjoy that season, I didn't enjoy it as much as, like, for example, this season, where it's actually genuinely good. While Chapter 6 Season 1, yeah, it was decent, but it wasn't a lot of fun. And Chapter 6 Season 2 kind of just felt like a disappointment and kind of just lackluster. And Jedi Seasons, you already know me. I don't really like playing Star Wars Seasons that much. It's funny enough, it's tied for the season I most played. But the reason why it probably was because I was thinking about quitting Fortnite, and I literally am not even kidding. I was thinking of quitting Fortnite this season. If this season wasn't as good as it was, I'm pretty sure I could have quit Fortnite, and I would have been very confident doing it. And honestly, funny enough, this is the only reason why I'm going to keep a PS5. Because honestly, the more I've been thinking as of late, the more I've been like, I kind of want to get an Xbox. But then I'm like, I won't be saving my account. So I'm kind of forced to still have a PS5. So that's the point. Since the next Xbox will be on Steam, so I'll be able to play some Steam games, for example, I'm actually pretty much preferring to play that. Because, well, one of my favorite games that I haven't played yet, Repo, is going to probably be on Xbox since it's on Steam. Because Xbox bought Steam to have their games go to Steam. Which that also means, funny enough, PlayStation and their exclusive will now go to Xbox 6 to 12 months later. So when I'm thinking about it, I kind of want to go get Xbox. Now, obviously, it's going to be really hard to get used to like a controller like this to a controller from Xbox. Because this is more simple, I feel like, and basic. The Xbox are more complex, which that's going to be probably the tricky part. Personally, the reason why I want to go and change to Xbox is because Xbox has made moves for the community, not for, well, unlike PlayStation, where PlayStation kind of haven't been making very interesting, cool moves. Like, I would be very, very not lying to you when I say I don't really care about all my career stuff on this game. Like, I don't really care. I just don't. But anyways, besides the point. Let's just talk about the season as a whole. This season has been probably the most fun I've ever had for one simple reason. The items. Now, if you've watched the channel, I have been very harsh with these new hero seasons. Like, for example, Chapter 2, Season 4, I praised the first update and even the beginning of the season pretty good. But then outside of that, the season was very, very garbage. It was not fun. Like, I remember playing it, it wasn't really that much fun to me. I didn't have that much fun past the first update. And again, you could blame me. Is this just me and my fan? You know, hold on a minute. I'll turn off my fan a little bit. Alright, but anyway, like Chapter 2, Season 4, for example, you know, there was the Iron Man mythics, the Thor mythic. It's like, there were some cool mythics. I just didn't care about any of the mythics afterwards. Like, there was, like, what, Storms, Panthers? They disrespected Black Panther and his mythic so hard. It was so garbage. I remember using it, and I'm like, why would I ever want to use this? Anything with Storm. Venoms, which, spoiler alert, came in Chapter 2, Season 8, even though I love that season, I freaking hated the Carnage mythic, because the Carnage mythic was so stupid. And then also there was the Venom one as well. It kind of just pissed me off with the amount of grabbing and building and stuff like that. Hey, that was the last season that I actually played with somebody in particular. I'm not kidding. It's like, bro, you never think Chapter 2 Season 8 is bad. Like, you haven't said anything that's been remotely bad. I actually did forget about the mention about the Venom stuff. That stuff was really freaking annoying for the first couple of weeks. I will admit to that, but anyway, that's besides the point. And then we got the last hero season, Chapter 5, Season 4. Heck, let's just look at the statistics during that season, because I bet you didn't really play that much that season. Let's look here. Chapter 5, Season 4, The Absolute Doom. How many matches did I play? 69 matches. For comparison, Fortnite OG, I played 88 matches. I almost played 20 matches more, which is almost 1/4, funny enough. More matches? Oh, wait, no. 22 would have been 1/4, but still, pretty close. And just to compare. And heck, let's just look at the season before that. The Rex season. I played 134 matches. That is not, I'm not reading it wrong. I actually played 134 matches during that season. And that's why I can't rate it that bad. Like, hey, let's look at the season before that. The mid-season was like, oh wait, never mind. Myth and Morals I actually really did enjoy. I played 168 matches. So, yeah, there was a bit of a drop-off with Rec, but the thing is with Rec also introduced it Reload. Which I gotta go first to Season 0. Or Season 1. Like an 8. That's definitely broken. Anyway. So you kind of get the point, right? I played a heck out of Rec. To be fair, and also, this is one quick mention, by the way. Myth Immortals, that season was during school time. I'll just mention that real quick. That was during the school time, and I played it a whole lot more than Rec, which is kind of crazy to think about. But Chapter 5, Season 4. Here's the point. I did not play that much of that season. And heck, let's just look at the remix season. I know. I've been talking a little bit off topic, but like I'm just showing you some examples. This season, which also lasted about a month, I basically played half of the matches, a little bit more than that season. That's pretty freaking nuts, am I right? Yeah, exactly. So the point is I have really criticized a lot of these hero seasons. Want to know specifically why? Because Chapter 1, Season 4 exists. Which, funny enough, how ironic is it? That's the current OG Fortnite season, which I think is kind of ironic when I think about it. But the point is that That's what it is right now. I personally enjoyed the season way more than, honestly, probably any hero season, maybe outside of season 4. And again, it's because of the items. Chapter 5 season 4 did have some interesting items, but the Ledalians kind of pissed me off because it's not like what they should have been. Like, Mysterio made you like hallucinate stuff. Emma Frost, you would be able to just like be invincible for like 5 to 10 seconds. Or who's the other one? Like Doom. Well, Doom I guess made sense because you had to do gauntlets. So, but like, you kind of get the point. The point is that these seasons in particular didn't feel really good for superhero seasons. But then the Iron Man stuff came, which was pretty cool. But again, it just doesn't feel good. And I did like the Black Panther stuff, and at least that one was actually semi-par. And then they ripped off the frickin' Endgame mode, and I wasn't really that happy about it for obvious reasons because it was a ripoff, and I think everybody can agree with that. And I was pretty pissed off about that as well. So, you kind of can get the point of why I hated that season. Because it just felt like a mixture of all these other superhero seasons and made them worse, honestly. That's why I just didn't personally enjoy it. This season, on the other hand, has felt completely, one, original, which is something these past few seasons clearly didn't know, and two, they're fun. Like, I'm actually not mad at the game. I'm actually having fun playing the season. Like, for example, this season, I have loved all the items. The Boom Booms, which recently just got added, is probably one of my favorite items ever in the game. The wings, I like them. They could use a buff, I will admit, but they're very, very fun to use. The crow stuff exists. I won't lie, it's actually kind of garbage. The Kill Switch revolver, which is from Kill Switch, my favorite pistol ever in the game, and you can fight me with that one. The scanner, it feels pretty nice to me. 25-second cooldown. A lot of people say it's OP, and honestly, I think it's quite balanced. Like, I think it's very balanced if you use it properly. What I mean by that is you're not giving it to other teammates, so the cooldown isn't turned off. So that's kind of what I mean by that. What else? What other items were there? Was there any other items, or are we done there? I think we are. And also, this season introduced an LTM, which is something that a lot of seasons haven't done. And I am a big fan of Blitz Royale. Blitz Royale is a lot of fun. I played solos, and even though it is very hard to win matches in that mode, and it being solos, I still have a lot of fun. Like, I think it's decent. And, like, yeah, I do wish there were a couple more bots in the solo version than there are actual real players. I'm still okay with what that is. And squads and duos, I do wish, obviously I haven't played the duos one yet. That is the one that I kind of have to wait and see on, because I haven't played duos yet. The squad one, I just wish there were more players, but outside of that, I think it's really, really good. And currently, right now, we're in like in the Avatar theme. And by the way, thank you for giving it constant updates, because it's like a 4-week LTM, so it's not going to be here for very long. And I have having a lot of fun with this mode. Personally, I kind of wish it was an LTM, or not an LTM. It was a permanent mode to the game, because for the love of God, I'm having so much fun with it. It is so much fun playing it. And hell, I think it's like the most played thing right now. If I go look back, I'm pretty sure it is the current number one thing being played right now. Like, not even close. The second most is BR, Battle Royale, which is his normal build mode, by the way. That isn't even close, with like 140, basically 140k off. in terms of the player base, which is ridiculous. And heck, let's look at zero builds. That is about 150k off. That is insane. Like, most of these modes, well, actually, all of these modes are 100k off. Some of them being even 200k off. Which actually is most of them. That's how much fun that LTM really is. So, yeah. And also, did I forget to mention that there's supposed to be more fun items coming into the game? Like, for example, the Superman Mythic is supposed to come in, which might be more like a Thanos type of thing. Which, honestly, I'm totally okay if they do and decide to do that, because it really will seem pretty freaking fun to do. But, obviously, it's to be determined to see what it actually is going to be. But I really am looking forward to that. And I hope that they add, like, maybe like a kryptonite gun into the game. Like, for example, like a kryptonite shotgun where it's like shooting multiple kryptonites or something. Like, it would be cool if they did that. Obviously, I'm not expecting them to do it, but I think it would be pretty cool. And it's a little bit of an interesting idea. Or a kryptonite like AR, where like you're shooting an actual kryptonite bullet. I just wish that they did that, which sadly they haven't done that. But that's despite the point. So, why do I like the season more than all the other hero seasons? Again, it's because of the originality. The other seasons are, like Marvel season, for example, I'm not particularly a big fan. Like, I don't hate Marvel, but I don't like Marvel that much. Like, I'm just recently been watching the Iron Man movie. Like, I think I've watched almost all the Iron Man movies now, except the third one. And I haven't watched any of the Avengers movies and blah, blah, blah. I did watch the Avengers Endgame and Infinity War. I did watch those two. So, there are, like, actually some fun. There's actually been some that I've watched, but not all of them. Just for example. But overall, this has been a very, really fun season that I have to probably give an 8 out of 10. Arguably one of the most fun seasons I've had. Honestly, probably all this does is probably just delay the inevitable of me quitting Fortnite. But for now, I'm going to be staying here for another season until potentially probably like September, because the season ends on August 8th, which I needed to double check on. But anyways, guys, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Deuces.